Michelle. Tracy's walking. Kim is here. She is so consistent. Chris is here. It's so good to see you ladies tonight. So I want to talk about focusing on results, not obstacles. All right? Focusing on results and not obstacles. Okay. So first, I guess I want to define what I see as results, because I think so many of us are stuck in the results of what the scale said today as being to define whether we're succeeding or not. How many of you have oh my gosh, Tammy just showed up. How many of you have let the scale determine whether you were succeeding or not? Raise that hand real quick. Look at that. Every single one of us, right? Everyone that I can see. We've let the scale determine whether we think we're succeeding or not. And I want to tell you, if that is you, which it was me, I'm not calling you out, but listen to me. For me, it made me quit again and again. And that vicious roller coaster that I was on, that cycle of insanity, that cycle of failure, the scale was why. It really was. Either it wasn't moving or it wasn't moving fast enough, and it could never move fast enough, right? So how do you feel like that? Oh my God, like, okay. So let's define success. What does success look like to you? What does that look like? Tammy, I'm going to ask you, do you care to answer that? What does success, you've had great success here at Bod Babes in 6 months. Your body has just transformed. How do you personally define success outside of just what you look like? Are you able to talk? Give me a thumbs up or yes or no. No? Hold on. Let me see if I can ask her. There we go. I can hear you now, I think. Can't hear you. It's all right. We can't hear you at all. So who else? Tina, you've had great success. What to you does that look like?
For me, when, excuse me, when I quit paying so much attention to the scale and my clothes started getting loose, that was success to me. And then I started realizing that that was the result of what I was eating, because I was struggling at the gym, and it made me want to focus more on what I was eating. And then that became another success for me, until the point where, wow, I had my wow moment at about the beginning of the summer, or well into June. So that was about my 6th and a half going on 7th month. And I didn't look like that person or feel like that person I used to be. And then it was I've just been on cloud 9 ever since, and just, yeah. But it was the scale in the beginning for me. That took several preaching sermons by Mr. Wade about not looking at the scale, putting the scale away. And I'll tell you what, that was probably the hardest part of this entire journey, was letting go of that.
Yeah, it is.
I think as women, that's been our marker for like forever and a day since we were teenage girls, is how much we weighed, and our bodies changing. But yeah, weight was a big struggle.
I agree. Thank you for sharing that. I want to share with you how I know that you can succeed. What I see as success. When you come on at Bod Babes, the goal is to see the scale move for many of you. I would never tell you that's not our goal. Okay. I would never say that's not our goal. But for me, I believe that if we make that our goal, that we say whether we've succeeded or not, by what that scale says, we will fail. Instead, success to me looks like this. Did I meet my nutritional goals today? Did I get my protein in today? Because I'll tell you what, the results do come if you truly believe that if you follow the plan, you will get to your goal. The success is grading yourself on whether you did what the plan required you to do. Because if you do what the plan requires you to do, ladies, you will succeed. You are not some scientific anomaly that it won't work for you. That is not true. You may have tried 1,000 things. That's part of the problem. But I will tell you this, if you do what is assigned to you to do and you're consistent, grade yourself on how consistent you are with it. I've had so many women say, it's just not working for me. Allie, I don't know why. I don't know why it's not working for me. But if you really believed that it was going to work for you, you would be consistent. If you really want it and you're paying me to get it, and you really believe that you could get there by doing what I ask you to do, you would be consistent. I believe that with all my heart. So I want you to grade yourself on, how well am I following my plan? Because I will tell you, the women who make the most gains, who you see on my website, and I'm throwing up their pictures all the time, they're not genetically so much different than you at all. Everyone's a little bit differently genetically, and some get there faster than others. But I have seen women really struggle. Some of those pictures of women that you see, like Tina, that just spoke, it was not easy for her. This woman's been on a 200-pound weight loss journey. And if I would grade Tina by her results, they're amazing. If you have seen her results, they are astounding. They are shocking. Doesn't look like the same woman. And I would grade her on her commitment and dedication while going through this process as very high, very high. She would get an A from me because she was so consistent. And Tina had so much to learn because she needed to understand about her protein, and it was very hard for her to get in because she had bariatric surgery in the past and still couldn't lose the weight. I think she left, but no, there she is. She's still in there. When you had bariatric surgery, did you lose 70 pounds? Is that how much you lost? You're muted, hon. I can't unmute you.
I'm sorry. No, I had bariatric surgery. I only lost 40 pounds, and I was starving myself. I wasn't eating anything.
Right. So you
I've
had
had
when you came on, I remember you telling me, I don't know, I haven't been eating. Why am I not losing weight? I don't feel like I'm eating hardly anything. And I would make you eat more. And when women come on the program, they're afraid to eat more. And Tina, were you afraid to eat more?
Well, I was petrified because to me, that was the only way that I ever lost weight ever in my life. And I thought that's what bariatric surgery was going to do, is going to prevent me from doing that. And all the doctors, all they ever said was eat protein, but nobody, not even the nutritionist I had to see prior to surgery, no one ever taught me how to apply that to my life, Allie, until you did. And then I'm like, oh, that's what they mean, because I didn't like certain things. And I got to the point when you have bariatric surgery, you can't eat, and I would get sick. And anyway, yeah. I learned, and now I'm just now beginning to start to eat beef again and chicken and yeah, it's
Yeah.
didn't lose much weight. I've lost more with you, Allie, than anybody.
So it was a learning process, but it
Yeah.
was a consistency and taking what you're learning and put it into practice, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Same with Tammy. If you guys have seen Tammy Mickles' pictures, she shared it in our group one day, and it is an amazing 6-month transformation. It is, she could, she's sitting here and she's hard on herself. But I will tell you this right now, Tammy, you could start your own fitness company with the way you look. You can say no, honey, but I'm not saying it to be nice. You've got muscle definition. It's awesome to see how you look. But I'll tell you, you're one of the most committed women on this program. So if I were to grade what you do, how you follow the rules, it would be very high, just like Tina. It is amazing to see the results you get whenever you do the plan. So the success for Tammy hasn't been the scale. It's been of the doing of what it takes to get there, the goals. I've got Michelle on here, and when Michelle comes on, she's always eating her dinner. And I will tell you this about Michelle, is that I am excited to do an interview with her. And girlfriend, we need to get that nailed down, a date for
Right.
that.
Right.
But Michelle came on here and kind of had the 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, one foot
I
in, 1 foot out, and she's going back and forth. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know if I can do. I don't know.
Oh
I don't know. That was Michelle.
yeah, that was
And
me.
Wade, and something happened. I'll tell you, Tina's talked about Wade, and Michelle was talking about Wade, and get on with Wade. He don't. Sometimes he doesn't punch it. Told one lady, "Well, why did you even hire us? Fire you, I wouldn't pay money to stay here if program. You're just wasting your money." He told her. I was like, "Oh my God." And he was saying it out loud. You know, we wanted her to stay, but we wanted her to do what she wanted to do. Michelle had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and she had
I did.
Wade had to talk with her. Let's just put it that way.
Mm.
I don't know what he exactly said, but something similar, probably, didn't he?
Yeah, and it was basically, girl, what are you doing? And he said, I go, well, I can't fit everything in my macros and I'm getting upset, so that's why I quit tracking. He said, well, we're starting over. He said, we're going to do 1 week protein. You get that protein in first, and then you come back and we'll start with your carbs or your fats. One of them. I forget what he added next.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you gotta get to walking.
So
And I was like,
were you discouraged by the results when you were 1 foot in and 1 foot out? Were you discouraged by your results?
yep. And I didn't apply myself.
Yeah.
I didn't.
But what happened after that meeting?
After that meeting, I thought, well, I'll show him I can do this.
Made her mad enough to get up and fight.
Made me mad enough to come home, and I was like, I don't care if I am going to sleep on this treadmill tonight. I'm going to get it done.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to show him I can do this.
Yeah. What happened?
Wow, miracles happen after you listen.
Yeah.
I would be farther along now than what I am now
Yeah.
if I would have listened.
You sent pictures the other day and I was like, holy wow. Like I was just blown away. Every month, from month to month, your pictures change so amazingly. And it's because of your commitment to doing the plan, right?
Oh
It's
yeah.
Commitment to the scale and relying on the scale to give you success. I'm sure you have graded yourself on your actions, and how I know that is every week she sends a picture of her steps for the week. She has written them all out every single day, and her workouts, she has a calendar. And if she doesn't get a workout, she can look at that month and she can tell, I missed it. Boy, that's accountability. She's accountable to herself because she knows if she does what she's supposed to do, she gets the results that she wants. There's nothing worse mentally for me than to just not do what I'm supposed to do and just halfway do it. 1 foot in and 1 foot out will about kill you because you feel like you're working and you aren't getting anywhere. And that's awful.
It is.
It is awful. But when you put both feet in, and even if it's a slow step, like it was Michelle, like, let's go back to the protein. We're going to get the protein in and then we're going to go to something else. But it was stepping it out again. But you know what? That's what changed her life. Adherence to what she was supposed to do. Right? And so I agree, ladies. It's if you start relying on that scale, you're going to give up. You're going to quit. I've done it, and so many women have done it because we're not on a fast weight loss program. Number one, we're on a hold on to this muscle. For God's sake, hold on to this muscle, because if I don't,
Can't hear
my
you.
metabolism is going to die. And mine was slow enough. I didn't need to make it slower anymore. And I didn't want to risk osteoporosis because had so much great muscle loss. It was awful, ladies. And that's because the scale. I thought I needed to lose weight faster and I'd gain it back and then I'd lose it and I'd lose more muscle tissue and I'd gain the weight back because my metabolism was slow. Then I'd quit eating and hardly eating anything and lose more muscle tissue into where I couldn't hardly eat or I'd just gain weight. So you have to grade yourself on, did I meet my calories today? Did I get my protein in today? These things are important. Ladies, you came on here to succeed. I'm not a shyster. I'm not here to take your money. I'm not. I'm here to see you fight for yourself and win. If it was all about money, I would not even do it. I thank God that you guys pay me to be here. I thank God every day for what I get to do. But if it was just all about the money for me, this business would not exist. Because my heart is to see women rise up and freaking just succeed. To be strong and to be healthy and to be confident in themselves. And to get their confidence back means everything for a woman in her 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Amazing things. That's why I'm here. I want to see a movement. When I see women rise up, and that testimony of Tina gave, and when she was on this group a few weeks ago, it just made people cry. I had people listen. You ladies have listened to that. Some of you have listened to it multiple times. And I thank God that Tina shared that. That was hard for her to share. She shared it from her heart. And I'll never forget the lines. She saw her reflection in a window and she said, that's me. See, fighting for yourself is hard, but you get to choose your hard. You can stay where you are and you can suffer it out and you can let the scale dictate whether you're succeeding or not, tell you whether you're succeeding or not, or you can get up, you can make the decision to succeed. You can get out in the morning before you go to work or in the house or whatever it takes, walk them back in the house. If you don't have a treadmill and it's too hot to go outside, you still got space in your house. Walk back and forth. Move those legs, ladies. Get those steps in. You're fighting for the best person that you know. Even if you don't feel like you're a good person, you're a beautiful person. You're fighting for your goals. This is for you. We keep our word to everybody else. You know how we are. We tell somebody we're going to do something, by God, we're going to do it. But when you tell somebody yourself, I'm going to do this time, and you don't do it, now you want to know why your self-confidence is in the toilet. Because you don't keep your word to yourself. You can't trust yourself. It's time. You hired me. You hired us at Bod Babes. it's time to fight. And that fighting looks like grading yourself on the actions that you're doing. They're hard. And you know what? It's going to require, we think outside the box, we use our brains and we say, how in the world can I succeed at this? If I've got doctors I've got one doctor that has 5 teenagers at home. I think some of them going back to school, but 5 teen. And I've got another doctor in Australia. She has a 1.5-year-old. We've got EMT staff, emergency medical room staff. We've got CEOs of businesses. And these women, some of these are the biggest successes of all. And they're the most busy. And it's not because they have somebody cooking for them, because they don't. But they've got all of this success. And I wonder sometimes, how do they make all that happen? It's because they have said, I am going to succeed. Discipline. I'm going to do what I'm told to do because these are the results I want. And when you get that way, discipline is so freaking hard, but so is not having discipline. To get up and look in the mirror and say, God, why do I look like this? Why do I feel like this? That is hard, ladies. That's much harder than discipline. Discipline can get you where you walk into a room beaming with pride. That's what discipline gets you. I remember discipline. I had to learn to love discipline. I had to learn. I want you to hear that. I had to learn to love discipline. And I still have to learn it sometimes. Because discipline is what gave me what I wanted out of life. And not having discipline, looking at things all around me, all the reasons why I can't, and being distracted by those and how it was hard for me, guess what it did? It got me more of that. It broke me. It hurt me. It broke me. It made me not believe in myself. I thought I couldn't do anything. But discipline. She was my best friend, not motivation. Motivation was a bitch that stabbed me in the back any chance she got. Motivation leaves you, ladies. If you're relying on motivation, she is not your friend. Yeah, I do not feel motivated many days. This morning, I went out for my walk before work. I was not motivated. I was like, holy gosh, do I really want to do this today? No. And then Wade gave me this new big workout, and now I go to the gym. I'm like, oh my gosh. I hate this workout. But anyways, no, motivation left me. Discipline says, I'm going to do what I know I have to do. And I might got to figure it out because it's not easy. It's not. Discipline is not easy, but staying where I was is not easy either. And I'm going to choose to steer my ship. My dog found a squeaker toy. He never has a squeaker toy. Somewhere he found one. Sorry about that. But anyway, you have to commit to doing what it takes to get to your goal. You have to. Anything in life is the same. It all is the same. If I want a good marriage, sometimes I want to just say bad words. Just say, shut up. But you know what it requires? It requires discipline. It requires I apologize when I don't want to. It requires that I learn how to get along with somebody that annoys me sometimes. I never annoy him, by the way. All the time. I'm very annoyed. If you live with me, you would really understand. So, that's hard. But I want to be married to Wade for the rest of my life. I'm going to fight for it, right? It requires discipline. Anything worth having requires discipline. Having a business requires discipline. Having a job. I had a lady that said, I got to get up and go to work. And, I don't have time for all this stuff. I said, exactly. I know what you mean. I got to get up and go to work too. And so does everybody else at Bob Babes, basically. Very few of us are retired. Most of us have to get up and go to work. And exactly, and then I said, but what if you treated work like you treat your body in your health. Because see, you say, I have to go to work or I'm not going to get a paycheck. 100% right. But if you don't take care of your body, it's going to get sick. That's 100% right too. You're going to show up at work because of your paycheck, but you won't show up and take care of your body. Your body's more important than your paycheck because you can always get another job. You can't get another body. Good luck. It's not going to work. Our priorities are off. That job is important, but your health and your confidence even is importanter. More important. Because you can get another job. You can start another business. I've had women that start businesses and they say, I can't take care of myself. But if it's going to drive your health into the ground,
Not worth it.
not worth it. There's nothing left. If you can't take care of your business because you didn't take care of your health, you're screwed. You got to take care of your health first. Then you take care of your business. You got to find ways to make it dumb the taking care of yourself down so it's not this huge thing. Make you a sandwich. You got to figure out how to make it easy. And that's why you're at Bod Babes. I've had women say, I want to wait to come on to Bod Babes till things just slow down. It's too busy for me right now. Guess what? Guess when you should sign up at Bod Babes? When things are awful. When you are so busy, that's when you need to sign up at Bod Babes. Why? Because that's when you need a coach. Because in the quiet times of life, which are very rare, it's going to be easy, much easier. And then when all the busyness starts again, guess what's going to happen? I don't know what to do. That's because you needed to hire a coach when it was crazy. You really do. When life is nuts, that's when you decide, I want to do it now. Doesn't make sense, but it does. Ladies, I love you. And I realized tonight was hard. And I like to give inspirational things to get you guys all happy and crying and all that stuff. But I hope this gets you results. Because if you grade yourself, I'm going to say it one more time because I want you to remember, grade yourself on how you did adhering to your program. Did you get your calories in? Did you track your food? Did you eat enough protein? Start right there. And if you didn't, that's number one. Move your feet. That's number two. Tracy's out doing it. She's been doing it the whole time we've been talking. She's been walking. So I'll tell you this, start there. If we got to have your workouts at home, it doesn't matter. If we've got to split your workouts at home up, I had a mama that said, I don't know, I got a new baby. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And she had a garage gym. She'd go out and do 10 minutes at a time. That's all she could do. She got her workouts in, a little bit at a time. And it worked. It worked for her. We can come up with ways to help you win, but here's the thing, you got to talk to us. You got to let me know. You got to let Tony know. This is what I suck at. I can't do this. I can't understand my food. I don't know what to cook. I hate to cook, Allie. I don't have time to go to the gym. What am I going to do? Well, let's find solutions to your problems so you can succeed. Let's talk about it. Complain. I've told almost every single one of you that I want to hear you complain. Because if I don't know what's going on, I don't know how to help you fix it. So I'm out of here. It's 7 o'clock. I love you with all my heart. I do. I want to see everybody here succeed. Well, I want you to leave this place just saying, daggone, that changed my life. And if you're not going to speak up, if you're not going to follow the plan, you're not going to see the results, ladies. So are you going to fight for yourself? You're worth it. Tony and I said that one day, you're worth it. And it stuck. It's like, you're worth it. Do you realize that you're worth fighting for, that your goals are worth fighting for, that these are amazing goals that you have for yourself and they could change your life. They could bring you so much confidence and just let you walk into a room and just feel confident. That feeling changes every situation of your life. If you can walk into a room with your husband in a bedroom confident, if you can walk into the grocery store confident, smiling, you change other people's lives, not just yours. Walk into a job situation with confidence. You know who you are. You're strong. It'll change your life, ladies. And that's what this is about. It changes you in every area of your life. I love y'all. Have a wonderful night. Adhere to what you're supposed to do. And if you don't understand how to do it, reach out. Make a coaching call. There's not enough coaching calls. Reach out. Bye, ladies. Have a good evening.